So she knows my pain? It is! You know my pain! So she is the most powerful character. Generic intro in the Duck Goes. We are back with some more Death Battle reaction. Today we are continuing Season 9 with Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. I have no idea who Zatanna is. I know Scarlet Witch because she is one of the Avengers. I believe she's, like, what, the most powerful Avenger, technically? I believe it is, or based on the movies, I think that she is. I'm not really sure about the comics because I've never read a single comic in my entire life. Zatanna is a DC character. If you're new to the channel, I don't know really anything about DC characters. The last video actually had a DC character, which was Harley Quinn versus Jinx from League of Legends. I'll leave that video right up there if you want to check that out. Also, link down below in the description. Also, playlist on my channel with all the other Death Battle reactions going in chronological order. Now, the next one is going to be skipping because it is a Demon Slayer and a JoJo one. I'm reacting to Demon Slayer right now on my anime channel. If you want to check that out, it's on my channel. It's just do like the Duck Goes Moo Demon Slayer or Duck Goes Moo My Hero Academia, and it should come up. And yeah, I got that one correct. My current record is 76 and 46. I've gotten the last 7 in a row correct, which is actually one of my best winning streaks so far. And I have 30 more wins than losses. You know, most of these characters I've never even heard about. So that is awesome. I read every single comment, so leave some down below. Also, shout out to patrons. They get videos there early. Allow me to have a paywall on the channel because I'm completely against paywalls and will always be. So, all my content will be free and available to everybody, always. So, I'm very excited to get into this. Scarlet Witch is awesome. I think she's, like, very underrated in the movies and stuff because I've only ever seen the movies. But they're probably going to do the comics. And Zatanna is, like, a witch that does spells backwards according to my Twitch chat. But let's go ahead and jump on into it.
This episode
Yes.
is sponsored by The Northman and BetterHelp.
Double sponsor? Or maybe, wait. How does that work? Where do you put the sponsor ads? Like, where do you put the
Scarlet Witch. Marvel's
okay.
Crimson Queen
Current record is
Chaos.
76 and 46,
Zatanna,
7 in a row
DC's
correct.
magnificent mistress of magic.
There are
I don't know
those who
DC
wield
characters
mystic
at
arts like
all.
gods to reshape creation to their whims.
And there are those who just like to put on a hell of a show. Either way, don't mess with them if you
I'm
know
sorry,
what's good
what?
for you.
Oh,
He's
there's Batman.
Liz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find
Ah.
out who will win a death battle.
Oh, so it's gonna be another Sprite battle. It's like we got spoiled in the last
Though we
episode.
may drift day by day in a world seemingly concrete and eternal,
Sponsored.
the fabric of reality
Doctor
is in
Strange.
fact
I love that
more
movie.
delicate than we might dare
An ancient
to
one.
wonder. Imagine
Mark
every
Ruffalo.
single iota of it, every star, galaxy, universe, all within the grasp
When is the
of
next
a
Spider-Verse
single
coming out?
mortal woman to control at her whim. Imagine the danger we're all in if you piss her off.
We don't have to, because
So
her
she
name
is the most powerful
Wanda
character.
Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch.
And
As a
she
kid,
once
she
had a
and her
brother.
brother Pietro were poor
Oh.
Romani, who were lucky enough to be turned into super-powered freaks by the High Evolutionary.
5'7", she's pretty
Unable
tall.
to control her apparently new magical abilities, it
Not
wasn't
Magneto's
long before
daughter.
Wanda lost control and was branded a witch.
Until who would show up but the mutant master of magnetism himself, Magneto.
Ah,
Definitely giving off some big dad energy there.
So,
Big
to return
Dad?
Magneto's kindness,
I'm not familiar
she
with
and
Magneto
Pietro
at all.
joined his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great name.
Oh,
there,
so he's
Magneto.
bad.
Solid branding.
And it wasn't long before she traded her supervillain creds for a membership with the
superhero?
Avengers, which might have been a bit too much for poor Wanda because she
What?
definitely drew the superpower short stick.
By waving her hands, Wanda could create small random events known as hexes, subtly altering
That's
the
it?
probability of any event happening.
That's a cool way of saying she could do like one magic-y thing per fight and then be totally useless. An energy
Really?
blast here, some telekinesis there. a
So the
feeling
movies really
feel
made her
frisky. Not
nuts.
exactly the same oomph as, say, the God of Thunder or the Jolly Green Worldbreaker.
But something strange.
God,
was
some of the
happening.
best
Over
appearances
time,
in
her
movies
hexes
ever,
increased
Marvel
in breadth
movies.
and power, as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She learned to slow and stop time, drain and
That's
absorb energy,
broken.
duplicate herself and others, teleport.
But
to
this is a
different
Marvel vs. DC
dimensions,
fight.
and even strip others of their powers entirely.
It was almost as if
Like
there was
who?
more
Who'd
to
you do
Wanda
that to?
than just being some random science experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest trenches of
Who?
character history.
Who?
Jocelyn, if you will.
Oh,
In reality,
she was the
Wanda's
secretary.
powers weren't entirely the result of the High Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as he's claimed. Her powers weren't just some simple hexes.
Just
She
claimed
might
it?
as well have been a god. Until now, she had merely been dipping her toes into the vast ocean known as chaos magic. Though her powers may have seemed to be the byproduct of science, they were in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Cthon, who attempted to turn
what?
Wanda into his future vessel.
Reminds me
What?
of night summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time, Wanda
young
discovered
what?
she could alter the probability of anything she could think of, turning a mathematical impossibility into an absolute certainty, and vice
That's
versa. Wanda's
kinda
powers
nuts.
kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to
Yeah.
the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of cosmic
The
order.
phe-
You know, that
the-
fiery
huh?
space chicken that can destroy the universe? Wanda thought it, and
I
even
didn't
briefly erased it from existence.
Briefly.
At her height, the Scarlet Witch achieved
That-
total
which means it
control
came
over
back.
energy, the weather, the elements, your mind, your body, your soul, all of time, all
That's
of matter,
kinky.
and all of reality. She can wipe you from existence with a thought and
Please
rend
do.
the very fabric of the universe as though it were tissue paper.
She isn't even limited to chaos magic either.
So
It
she
might
is
not
the
have
most
been what
powerful
made
Avenger.
her a god, but the High Evolutionary's experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy. Oh, maybe that's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
She's so receptive, in fact, that Wanda is the lone nexus being of the 616 reality, a focal point for the universe's magical energies, and one that belongs equally to all other timelines.
They're talking about
It's no
comic books
wonder She
here.
was considered a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be a walking, talking
And
Infinity
Kirby's-
Gauntlet.
Well, she may have
Kirby's
the
trying
power
to
of a
FaceTime me.
god, but she's still stuck with a human's body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes. Though, she also survived being shot with a black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy.
What's
So
a
there's
black
that.
matter bullet?
She does technically need to be able to think of a spell in order to get it to happen, so she could theoretically be blitzed. But she's also blocked Thor's galaxy-crossing hammer, kept up with
Oh?
dudes like X-Man, who can fight within plank time, and even amp her own
Plank
speed
time?
beyond the concept of speed herself.
Despite being far and away
Going
the
fast?
mightiest among Earth's mightiest heroes,
Going
Wanda
fast.
resented the pressure of her incredible power. She actually wanted a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because
And
no
that's
one
where
in comics is
WandaVision came
allowed
from,
to have
right?
a happily
I've never
ever
seen
after,
WandaVision.
That life was taken from her by literal Satan. Not the last time he'd do this, too. Wanda
Ugh.
snapped, and she took the multiverse with her.
I thought it was
By
Thanos
tapping
that did
into
that.
an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life Force, Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life was just how she wanted it.
No matter whose life
What?
she had to change, in this House of M,
She rewrote
had
everything.
her family back, but at the cost of her sanity.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down around her. Once her family and friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against
How
her,
did they even
she
figure that
uttered
out?
3 fateful words and erased nearly all of mutant kind. No more mutants.
Wanda
Well,
weaved her
that's
magic
heavy.
throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the omniverse, and threatened to annihilate all of creation. The entirety
Why is your
of
give me
Marvel's
Ben 10
infinite
vibes for some
cosmology.
reason?
Everything that ever was.
Shit got dark, and while Wanda
Real
has
fast.
worked to keep her powers in check since then, that
Switch
threat is
over.
always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get in her way.
Both a blessing and a curse, a help and a hex. Such is the true power of the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, well, we're rhyming now.
This
Okay.
episode of Death Battle is sponsored
Oh
by
wow,
the
we're
Ornament.
doing
Remind me
ads
why you
here
need to be
now.
Holding a god-slaying axe to watch a movie trailer.
Weapons of
I-
cosmic destruction center me, Wiz. And this movie's gonna be so friggin' awesome. I needed something to
I
match the occasion.
From
never heard of this
visionary
movie.
Director Robert Eggers comes The North,
Who?
an action-packed epic with a legendary cast of stars at the peak of their craft.
Does this feel like Game of Thrones or something? But
Nicole
it's
Kidman,
like, you know.
Anya Taylor-Joy, Willem
No.
Dafoe, Ethan Hawke, and Bjork.
Willem Dafoe and Bjork speaking threatening prophecies in my dreams happens like every
What?
Tuesday night for me, so
Usually I
this is
skip
definitely
these,
my
but
kind of
this
flick.
is-
It's an action-packed epic that follows a young Viking prince on a quest to avenge his father.
He gives
Like
me
a
Theon
Viking version
Greyjoy
of
vibes.
Hamlet, but this prince is very
Never
much
seen
in the
Hamlet.
not to be camp when it comes to the poor souls that decide to cross him. See, Wiz, it really is Shakespearean. Man, that was
Oh
so
god,
cool.
as he throws a spear,
You can see
probably
the
through
care
somebody's
and research in
chest.
every frame. It might be the most authentic Viking film of all time.
The action, the adventure, that slick cinematography. I gotta see this on the big screen right now.
Oh, just
Go
got his
see
arm
The
off.
Northman exclusively in theaters April 22nd.
April
That'll
22nd.
go back,
It
right?
is the 16th? Disappointment. Okay.
Come
Usually I
on,
skip ad
come
placements,
on,
but that's
see
actually
the
like different.
magnificent Zatanna.
Zatanna.
Or never was there a greater professor of
Wait,
prestige
does his last name start with a Z like mine?
AKA
So she knows my pain?
magic.
It is. You know
Except
my
the
pain.
Zatanna spells
Even though I'm
aren't just
behind her
smoke
because I'm
and
Zelenak.
mirrors. They're the real deal. So you're really getting your money's worth.
She learned
both
everything
5'7".
she knew from her father, Giovanni Zatanna, who put his powers to good use as one of DC's very first superheroes.
No joke, he's
Oh.
the guy who taught Batman everything he knows about escape artistry. He debuted the
Oh,
same
so he's
issue
really
as
good.
Superman, and the young Zatanna was more than
Oh.
happy to serve as his assistant, learning everything he knew
Okay.
about the cutthroat world of entertainment.
Cut. Oh, well,
Oh,
people are
and
bored
game
until you
shit
the
too,
punchline.
but the former is way worse.
She inherited her father's incredible
Whenever I
mystical
hear
abilities
Giovanni,
as well.
I think of
Essentially,
Pokemon.
anything Zatanna thinks of, she can make real. And she focuses this absurdly
What's the
powerful
limit?
ability by speaking her desired effect backwards. Her father based this technique on the diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Or because he was left-handed.
I will check. I'll check to make sure that you are
That's
still
another
Catholic.
theory, if you hate fun.
And Zatanna's apparently big-brained enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one
Wait,
dude
what?
kept reversing time in the middle of her sentences. She
Wait,
started speaking
what?
in palindromes so that she'd still be speaking backwards no matter what. I mean, you know
What?
they say, Wiz, go hang a salami.
What even
I'm
is a palindrome?
lasagna hug.
With her magic, Zatanna has bent the
Oh,
laws
words that are
of
backwards.
reality to her
The-
whims.
okay,
She's
like race car.
transmuted matter on an atomic
Or
level,
Taco Cat.
teleported across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions, read and controlled minds, traveled through and
Nothing on
stopped
this is on a
time,
universe
and
scale,
can
though.
even wipe people from existence with a single word.
It might not seem obvious
Okay.
from the Loki Magic Castle getup, but Zatanna is one of the most powerful sorcerers in DC.
One
the
of,
time she
not
battled
the.
Time Tailor Zor, an old enemy of the Spectre. You know, the
Spectre?
angel of God's divine wrath.
In order
No,
to
I don't
defeat
know,
an opponent
actually.
of such unimaginable power, Zatanna focused her magical might into shattering the boundaries of reality. She
Oh.
reached out beyond the very comic panels themselves and pulled Zor's entire magical universe down around him. She literally handled all of reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled it in her hands.
That might
That's
seem completely
weird.
incomprehensibly impossible
It's
to
like
us,
Popeye
but
almost.
it's all a matter of belief. Literally, as long as Zatanna believes she can do something with her
She
magic,
can do it.
she'll do it.
As she puts it, her magic is essentially asserting
You can
one
do anything you
reality,
want.
then replacing it with another. This is similar to other magical characters like Dr. Fate and Green Lantern, whose powers have been
Green
stated
Lantern.
to work the exact
Green
same
Lantern
way.
was Spin 10?
But it's not like any rando can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magical reality warping. Her mom was in actuality a homo magi, a subrace of humans that are naturally adept at magic.
So it's no wonder
Sure.
that Zatanna became an invaluable member.
I'm sorry,
of
she just
both
sucked
the
a man into a
Justice
hat.
League of America and Justice League Dark. The Shadow the
Dark?
Hedgehog version, basically.
Oh.
Zatanna harnessed an
evil
entire
ones,
year's
I'm
worth
guessing?
of sunlight into a single energy blast, created ruptures across all of space and time throughout the DC multiverse, and has even claimed she's as powerful as Superman himself. Pre-Crisis Superman,
Infinite?
in case
Oh.
you were wondering. Her only limit
Okay,
is her
I think
imagination
that's
and will.
weaker.
In fact, her backward speaking is mostly a stagecraft tradition meant to boost her concentration.
In a pinch, she can cast a spell with a single thought, and I doubt anyone's winning a quick draw with her. She's matched
Yeah.
superheroes like Martian Manhunter, who scanned
Who?
every mind on Earth in a blank instant. Or how about Dr. Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely immeasurable velocity of
God. Yeah,
Zatanna
that's
has
still my
battled countless
favorite.
reality
That's one of my
shadow
favorite
threats
things from
like
Death
the
Battle.
Eldritch Upside Down Man, Primordial Darkness, that is evil incarnate, and the Void Beyond Creation, Pralaya.
This shadow goop lady ate all of DC Comics, all of
All of it?
creation, everything. Gods, demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything.
Everything.
And Zatanna's magic was strong enough to hold her back.
And then, after secretly implanting Swamp Thing inside Pralaya, she
What?
weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
What? Huh?
Zatanna tricked
What?
the being older than God, and then blew her ass up from the inside with a whole new omniverse. Abracadabracadabra.
Such
Yeah, that's
is
pretty
the
impressive.
almighty power of Zatanna's
So much for bending
will.
spoons
Should
with
it
your
falter,
mind.
Though, or should
Just-
her focus be disrupted, it could all come crashing down like
Okay.
a house of cards. Belief is a fragile thing, after all, and her powers were
Aw.
weakened for a time after she lost belief in herself.
And she's definitely got
Okay,
one
so
big
both of
weak
these
point.
two have lost their
She's
mind
a huge
several
daddy's
times.
girl.
Despite her amazing career, she has struggled within herself to live up to her father's legacy, especially after his heroic death.
And this
Heroic
MFer
death?
has
The
died
forces
a
of evil?
lot of times. So Z's therapy can't be cheap, especially after dating John Constantine. Oh, I
Ooh.
can just smell the lager and self-loathing from here. Oh wait, that's me.
Questionable romance aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional raised on one singular principle. The show must go on, and she'll always finish strong with
That's
a
a nice
standing
motto.
ovation.
Huh. I feel for her because the last name also
This
starts
show
with
is
a Z.
sponsored by
Always
BetterHelp
last in
Online
anything
Therapy.
alphabetical.
Relationships.
BetterHelp, awesome. I have a therapy chat on my Discord server. It's completely free. Great community of people. Completely free to join my Discord server as well. Like 2,500 people in there. Great people. We actually just revamped it here recently.
All right, the combatants are
Oh,
set to
man.
run the data through all possibilities.
Current record is 76 and 46. I've gotten the last 7 in a row right. DC characters are insane. So do they do back-to-back DC losses? Or do they make up for last one? I'm going with Scarlet Witch.
Thank you, thank you. And for my
So,
first trick,
let's see. I'm thinking maybe Scarlet Witch can make her not be able to think, because her thing's all like being able to concentrate and think. And maybe Scarlet Witch will be able to like make her erase her
What sort of two-bit
memory or whatever.
sorceress do you think you are?
2-bit?
I think they're at least 64-bit.
Perhaps I was being generous.
Okay. Yeah.
All part of the show, folks.
Oh yeah. Is there gonna be much of a show afterwards? Bunnies. Tomorrow is Easter time I'm recording this. I'm also gonna be. I should be live streaming GTA 5 today with viewers. So you can definitely come by and check that out on Twitch. I'll be at 5. Superman. Yeah, Superman is insane. I'm sorry. How did you just summon Superman? Is that an illusion?
Say this calls for an avenger.
Yeah, because I know. Well, Superman versus Hulk is maybe that's foreshadowing for a future death battle, or maybe that's them saying, "Hey, that's the only time we're gonna get a Superman battle again because Superman is a busted."
Do you know the difference between you and I?
Oh,
Well,
Okay.
I think the difference is
that doesn't matter. I didn't do anything.
presentation.
That is important.
I know a trick when I see one.
Oh, do you? I guess she maybe is more. She's more experienced when it comes to magic and stuff. Well, are they just fighting in the universe? Show me Chuck Norris and Sanshiro still fighting.
You can't run forever. Now make like a magician and disappear.
What? I hope that wasn't important. What are these little, are these planets? Oh, well, now they're destroyed. She's mad. Well, she just went into a new form, and usually the first one that powers up to another form typically is the one that loses. It's like no more sound. I don't like how this is looking for Scarlet Witch, honestly. Or no, yeah. Yeah.
A disappearing act was the first thing Dad ever taught me. And for
I don't
my
trust.
final trick,
Is it your final trick?
it was
Uh.
more witches.
Oh, all she had to do was say that. Is that actually gonna work on her? That was a cool little trick how she like cut her in half or whatever.
That's our show, ladies and germs.
Is she actually done? I guess all she had to do is say no more witches, but okay, first one I've gotten wrong in a long time.
Analyzing this
76
matchup was
and
like walking
47
on a
now.
tightrope. It could fall either way at any point.
Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment section. I'll read every single comment.
Basically anything with their magic. All they had to do was think and shit would happen. They were totally even. At her peak, Wanda was able to threaten the stability of all creation.
Is it?
And at Zatanna's best,
More
she was
exploitable
able to
weakness?
hold back Prolaya, who could do the exact same thing. And despite some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are
What?
roughly equivalent in size and scope. All that was left for us to look at was their
Okay.
weaknesses.
While both were as powerful as one another, Wanda needed to tap into the life force to reach that pinnacle, and doing so threatened her sanity.
Let's take a closer look at the events
sure.
surrounding House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
I didn't know that.
Wits
You
against
let
her
that out.
instability were enough to turn the tide.
To be clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also, take her No More Mutant spell. As insanely powerful as it was to affect the whole of Marvel's creation, it wasn't entirely successful.
Oh, she
There
said no
was
more
still a
witches, so I guess she
tiny portion
copied
of Earth's
it?
mutant population left unaffected, likely due to interference from Strange and Emma Frost.
Oh.
Against Zatanna, who was just as
I
strong
think Superman
and
makes an
losing her
appearance.
mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that kind of lapse, even for an instant.
On the other hand, Zatanna has
Zatanna
managed
was
to
probably
maintain
faster.
her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet Witch, so she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
And remember, she doesn't actually need to say her spells backwards.
It helps with her
Oh, she
concentration,
doesn't
but
need-
all her spells come from her mental impulses, just like Wanda.
Well,
She's
can't Scarlet
consistently
mess with
pulled off
somebody's head?
non-verbal spells in the past, even against beings as strong as Pralaya.
In the end, Z definitely had
Which,
enough
I mean, they're in
experience
space or
fighting
whatever,
smart
so
and
you
keeping
can't
on
really,
her toes
you know,
to hang with Wanda long
no
enough
sound.
to get in a finishing blow.
While there were definitely versions of this battle that could have ended with Wanda victorious,
I
Zatanna's
don't-
cooler head and effortless magic allowed her to prevail.
I didn't want to go for
You could
DC
say
because
Wanda
DC
never
usually wins
saw
Marvel
it
versus DC,
coming,
even though
and
it's actually a lot
Zatanna
closer.
Knocks him off turf.
The
Oh
winner
my
is
God.
Zatanna.
They had to get that pun in. They just had to.
Death Battle is back, and we've
Yeah, season 9. I'm gonna be skipping the next one
by directly supporting our team
because I'm watching Demon Slayer right now, and I plan on reacting to JoJo at some
Click
point.
the join button to see more info, and thanks so much for watching.
Yeah, the next one's gonna be. Is it Tanjiro? Is it Joseph Joestar or whatever? And it is Tanjiro. Yes, I'm reacting to Demon Slayer right now. I just watched episode 11. Yeah, Jonathan Joestar. Okay, it's not Joseph Joestar. I don't know really anything about JoJo. I know that everything is a JoJo reference, which is apparently awesome. But I plan to react to it at some point. I get comments on every single video. Tons of comments being like, you skip this, you skip this. I know. I did it on purpose. Metal Gear Solid, I plan on playing. Zelda, I plan on playing. Games I've never played before. Want to play for the first time. Want to react to JoJo. And a couple other ones that I want to react to in the future. And then once I'm done with that, I'll be back with that. But I'm going to start a new web series because now I'm officially caught up. And I don't know when the next Death Battle is going to come out after the Tanjiro fight. So I guess we're going to start a new Death Battle. So be on the lookout under the community tab. It's probably already been done by the time you're watching this. So I'm looking forward to that, whatever comes next. But Death Battle, I'm still going to react to new ones as they come out. And I'm probably going to watch like DBX or Minute Melee as well as one of these spots. So definitely stay tuned. Hope you're subscribed. Leave some comments down below because I read every single one and reply to a lot of them as well. So you know I'm reading them. But I hope you have a great one for the rest of the day. But until next video, take care and cue the music.